Guys, thank you so much everybody for coming today. This is really exciting for Evolution Aircraft. We're going to be unveiling our brand new aircraft, the Revolt, and I just wanted to have the pleasure of introducing the head aircraft designer, Larry Mednick.
Thanks, Amy. Well, first off, I would very much like to thank Jeff at PowerShoot for giving us the green light on this project. It's been a project we've been wanting to do for many, many years. And the design team of Dan and Amy and Jim that have had a tremendous amount of design input in what we're going to be unveiling today. You know, it's not that often that a new aircraft comes out. The ones that are out there, and you know, you may see a couple little modifications, but I love seeing new aircraft. Well, this aircraft is quite different in many ways to other existing trikes. It's a trike with a wing, like what's next to me. This incorporates something I've been wanting to do for almost 20 years, and that is a central mass system. It's basically it's stronger, and it removes the, I don't know if you can tell from under the covers, there is no front strut, which if you haven't tried it, it's absolutely amazing. So without further ado, if you guys want to start unveiling slowly as I talk a little bit more. We've had a tremendous amount of success with the Rev Ultralight that we unveiled here at Sun and Fun in 2015, so just 24 short months ago. A lot of interest in it, people that are using them all over the world now, really enjoying the benefits of what the Rev offered, which is an open-air STOL machine. And keeping the cost quite low, the Rev is very obtainable, but we had one complaint, and that complaint was, where's the back seat? So, knowing that the LSAs outsell the Part 103 single-seaters by quite a ratio, we decided it was time to build a two-place Rev, and bigger and better. And when we found the 22-inch LSA Super STOL tires, we decided that we'd like to go ahead and use those. The Revolt. As you can see here, the Revolt uses a central mass system, which is lighter and stronger, while giving the pilot a completely unrestricted view when flying. The seat tilts forward for easy access to be able to get in and out of the trike. The engine itself is a dynafocal mounted up to a 100 horsepower is shown here. Topped off with one of the available propellers. This is the 6-blade Excalibur from E-Props powering this. It is absolutely the smoothest propeller money can buy. The Revolt uses 4 hydraulic disc brakes, 2 on each of the rear wheels. It's a Super STOL braking system designed for these tires. You notice it has many, many CNC parts throughout. We've got a CNC axle carrier. It's quite robust. 3/4-inch hard chromoly axles. In fact, many of the things that you would expect to find on the Revo, we've carried over into the Revolt. Lots of things like stainless steel braided brake lines, Tef-cell wire, an actual ground-seeking master solenoid to turn the electrical system on, powered by an EarthX lithium battery. We have the CKT seamless stainless steel exhaust system, BRS, gaskelators and all the trimmings, color display from MGL. We have Fox gas-charged racing shocks with 7 inches of travel. And this is, in my opinion, the largest seating for the rear occupants. We're going to be looking to do a 300-pound per seat certification on this machine. And it'll be available with the all-new Rival X 14-square-meter double-surface wings shown here on the Revo. And we've brought one for the Revolt as well. We just didn't have time to set it up last night at midnight. And if you look to my left, the wings are folding just like the Rev. And the standard wing that comes with the Revolt is actually the identical Rev wing with the 1160 gross frame. And a lot of people talk about our CNC hang block with the 1/2-inch Jesus bolt. That's all going to be standard on the Revolt. Really neat lighting system. I'm not sure we can get the programmer for the lights to change some colors. We got all kinds of options up there with some of the newer technology just for fun. And last but not least, an 18.7 gallon fuel tank. So we've got lots of flying time. You can take this thing pretty much anywhere. So real excited. I hope you all like it. And really, last but not least, a starting price on this machine of $39,900, ready to fly with a 582. You bump that price to $49,900 with a 912. And as I've mentioned, it is available with the 912 ULS, 100 horsepower, uses an offset thrust line, so you won't have to deal with any kind of P factor or ill effects from all that horsepower. But hang on.
Kudos, kudos, Larry.
Any questions?
Any questions? You probably want to see how you access the back seats. And a lot of people stand next to it and they see that it's really tall. And so they say, well, how do you get back there? It looks difficult. So if somebody can hold a mic real quick. Martin, thank you. One of the things that's really nice, I guess I'll stay up here. One of the things that's really nice, I'm a flight instructor, so I can spend as much as 6 hours in the back seat doing flight training in these types of trikes, and the Revo has really been wonderful for that with a larger back seat. But one of the things that I find myself, especially if I get a big guy in the front seat, was getting my legs around his body. We don't have that problem with an additional 5 inches of space from front to back. And the second thing was seeing around him. So I'm so used to, I can usually do crosswinds better if the wind's coming from my left, because I tend to lean to my right to look around the guy in front of me. Now I have a straight view right in front of me. So completely unobstructed view for the person in the back seat. And of course the front seats, for those of you that have flown, there's really only 2 machines out there, the DTA Voyager and our little Rev, and now the Revolt. But if you have not flown with just that single strut, with the single strut removed in front of you, it is a tremendous difference in the experience that you get. The flight experience is just, it's surreal. Windshields are great for going very fast. We're looking for a cruise speed with our single surface, 15 square meter wing of 48 miles per hour. It'll top out around 65 miles per hour. And then with our new optional Rival X 14 square meter, we're going to have a cruise from 50 all the way up to an 80 mile per hour cruise. We are going to have accessories coming out that will give some wind protection for those that do want to do cross countries with the all new Revolt. But mostly the cruise range is in that 50 mile an hour. If you like low and slow, this is a big, large, comfortable machine. Large tires for landing pretty much anywhere. And hopefully just be a whole lot of fun.
Larry, does that have rear steering pegs?
So yes, this is going to have rear steer. The rear steer instructor package is not on this particular model at the show, but we will have it available. Like the Revo, the rear steer, which comes with a rear throttle, is going to be, and the trainer bars is going to be an option. So many of the trikes do come with a trainer package. We put a lot of effort into, if you've looked at how we do the Revo, it's quite elaborate. So we make an option for those that don't want it. We don't have it, and that'll be no exception on the Revolt. It's quite a sophisticated system, which makes it clean and light and very effective. So that is going to be something that will definitely be available on the Revolt, and it's already on the price list. It is a $1,800 option.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Where are these made?
That's a very good point. The Revo, the Rev, the Revolt, all made in the USA. The final assembly is done just 12 miles up the road in Zephyr Hills, Florida. And the carriages are completely made in Michigan at Soaring Concepts. They're also the makers of the powered parachutes. And our wings, although get some special fittings in Florida are primarily made by Northwing out of Chelan, Washington.
How much does the Revolt weigh?
The Revolt is 424 pounds, and then depending on which wing you put on it, the 15-meter single surface is an additional 109 pounds, and the Rival X with the trim is 124 pounds. So it's about 100 pounds lighter than a fully outfitted Revolt. With both of the wings will be available with a 1,050 or 450 kilogram max gross. That'll have its own set of stall speeds at that weight, which is going to be for our European and Australian markets. The American market is going to be an 1,160 gross, which is obviously an additional 120 pounds. So if we can get the drop tests and load tests and everything works out, we'll definitely be maxing out the seats to 300 pounds. We have a lot of triangulation with this machine. And so we're very, very confident that where other machines will bend and fail because there are a lot of long, unsupported tubes, the Revolt should be able to handle the drop test due to the triangulation and also the massive tires and suspension. And that is going to more than likely give us that very, very high weight limit. And we have a lot of customers that are 270, 280, going on binge diets, trying to make sure they're legal to fly their Revos and other aircraft. So we're trying to make sure that we take care of our big guys out there.
Yes, you can.
Dan Johnson, you must have some questions.
I have a lot of questions.
Putting you on the spot.
You're on the spot, Dan Johnson. No, nothing right now. You did good.
I really put him on the spot.
Larry,
say how.
you've not put a wing on this yet. Oh, you did?
Yeah, we have fitted the wing to it. This uses a hydraulic lift assist, gas charged shocks. They are removable. We went back and forth about permanently mounting them versus doing a removable. You'll probably spend an extra 30 seconds to install them, but I think the look without the gas charged shocks we liked better. And so this is a one-person operation to put the wing up and down. It's never been easier with the dual gas charge shocks. Many of the trikes have an assist, but you're still lifting quite a bit of weight. We have actually balanced this out to where you're lifting very, very little weight. And total one-person operation to bring the wing up and down. If you've seen how the Revo transports with the wing on it, now you won't be able to use a 6-bladed prop, although it has many benefits. One of them is not folding the wing while the wing is attached to the trike. The Revolt comes with a 3-blade propeller from Warp Drive as standard, and you can upgrade to a 2-blade prop. Then we have the 4, the 6. The 2 or the 3 blades fold the best.
What's the speed range you're looking for?
Yeah, again, the speed range with the Rival X14 is going to be 50 to 80 miles per hour. The standard wing is the 15-meter, which is going to be 48 to 55 miles per hour. So much more limited speed range. The single surface wing that comes with it is a phenomenal flying wing, really a lot of fun. You can get a little bit more turbulence handling, so you can fly in higher winds with the double surface wing. Obviously the speed range. But the one thing that the single surface wing does that's really nice is it folds up super easy. There's just 7 battens on each side that need to be removed, and that brings the fold time to under 10 minutes. Okay, so we are currently in the process of getting this SLSA. We hope to have this machine SLSA by the 4th quarter of 2017, so not too far off. We are currently offering it available as an EAB, pretty much the way every gyrocopter is available here at this show is an EAB. So that option's available today, and we are delivering those orders in the late 3rd quarter of this year.
So if I would order one today, I could have it.
You could have it basically sometime around September, possibly August.
With the mast folded down for transport, is that how you you transport it?
Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. That's a great question. So the hinge point of the mast is right here. And then normally what you have is a front strut, or referred to as a compression strut, going forward. We have basically two rear struts, which are quick release here and here.
Okay.
So after the mast is folded forward, which is pretty much how other trikes work, except they come from behind, the two rear struts are simply removed, giving us a overall height that'll fit into a standard trailer.
What was the fuel capacity again?
Fuel capacity, 18.7 gallons of fuel, and at the slower speeds that this machine's going to cruise, we're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of around 2.8 gallons per hour, so you'll have to do some hard multiplication to figure out how many hours you can stay in the air, close to 10 hours.
With the instructor bars, is there any restriction for the flare?
Very good question. That was one of the things that we were really concerned about with the central mast design is would it interfere with the instructor from the back seats? And what we found was that the pilot in the front seat is the biggest obstruction for in a standard conventional trike. The pilot or the student is sitting right here, so your arms go about this far, and then beyond that you kind of maybe push his head out of the way, which usually doesn't work, and then you might be able to get a little bit more. Because of the large size and the spacing between the two seats, you don't have that student right in your lap blocking you from being able to lean forward. So not only can you lean forward in the back seat now, you're not going to hit the student. You have much more room, and in a full flare, the instructor's arms do come close to touching, but everything is clear.
Are the instructor bars taller or higher on the uprights of the control bar?
Yeah, so the one of the things about the Revolt is the pilot seat is exactly the same height as a Revo seat. The rear seat is actually 5 inches taller than the rear seat of a Revo, so you get that big stadium seating staggered height, which means if you look just to your left, there's a standard trainer bar of the yellow hoop on the back of the wing. So we need that to go up an additional 5 inches, so it has more of an angle coming up. And then we have an additional 5 inches between the two seats. So normally you'd start to have to move the trainer bar back, making it a much larger trainer bar. It starts to look maybe ugly and adding some leverage that you may not want on the A-frame. So what we've done is we've gone with a 5-inch offset speed bar, which seem to be coming around these days. And that's going to move the A-frame aft, which is going to do two things. It's going to keep the trainer bar shorter, so we can keep the length about the same, just a little bit taller, which I think is going to look great. And the other thing it's going to do is, since you're in this unrestricted view machine, it's going to further move the A-frame back 5 inches out of your peripheral, which is going to give you even more visibility from left to right.
Sweet, sweet.
A couple other little teeny key features on this. It has an electric fuel pump as standard. It has a oil thermostat as standard. On the 912 series, the stainless exhaust is standard. In fact, there aren't very many options. I know a lot of people go in looking at the Revo and think it's one price, and by the time they've added everything that they really want to it, they've added an additional 50,000 in options, which is literally something you can do with a Revo. This machine has only a few options. The propeller is one, the parachute is another, the lighting package, which is just a strobe kit, and the landing light, and the last one is the radio. So that's it. You can load one of these things out with just a handful of little options you may or may not want to add to them. And again, $39,000 with the 582, $49,000 with the 912. This is one of the lower priced LSAs that you can get into in the sport pilot market.
Good for big boys.
Yep. Thank you guys all so much for coming. I hope you like the Revolt. Come on up on the stage, have a look at it, touch it, kick it, see what you think.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Yeah.
So Larry,
I guess that's